whenever it decides to let me. Oh, okay, so it crashed. Don't know why, that's odd. There we go. Ooh, okay, so we just got to redo our switch statement. So let's try again. I hate the way it does that. Okay, selected server equals 127.0.0.1. This is where the IP will go. And then we got a break out of the switch statement, else if it don't exist. The default's going to be selected server equals 127.0.0.1. Oops, there we go. And then we just break out of it too. Alright, so that's set. So no matter what, since we're only working on localhost, that really doesn't matter here. And you could change that to whatever. And there's plenty of ways you could build tools and to modify this in the game client and updates. There's plenty of ways to go about it. But anyways, we'll not get into that right now. Alright, password. It always shows a password is it don't show what you typing. Never does. But so what we want to do is we want to try and maintain the same thing. So password car, we're gonna put the asterisk. So now when we come in here and we type password, it shows up as whatever character we just put right here. So I can put L's. So if we wanted our password to look like L's, when we type password, it all looks like L's. You can choose any symbol, character, whatever. It's just masking what you actually type. We'll go back to the star. The L's were easier to see, so I wanted to show you. Alright. So the first thing that we need to that happens when you click the login button is you never want to send your password in its standard form. So you don't want to encrypt it either. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna hash the password, and we don't want to use MD5 because the MD5 hash is reversible, so you don't ever want to get that. And we don't want to store the password, the actual password in an encryption form. So that's why we algorithm will so anyways, let's go to the login, and then first thing we need to do is C# and the .NET framework has a lot of this. It's a very, very easy thing. But anyways, I think I need the cryptography library to do the hash algorithm, but it'll let us know. So if we just var hash password put that as equal, and then now we need to create the crypto provider. Okay. Sorry, I just had to do a little bit of my memory shot. I haven't used this a whole lot. I've used cryptography, but I haven't used hashing. So I had to look up a quick reference to remind me. Alrighty. It's not CHA, SHA. Alright. Oh, no, that's not what we were wanting. The quick. There we go. Alright. Okay, now we're good. So what we need now is we need to hash password. Compute hash encoding.utf8.get bytes, and then we put the text password dot text, and that starts the uh, the hash string. And then to get then we got to go var we'll change this from prep password to var hashed password. And then this is also going to equal the bit converter dot to string. And then we do our prep password dot replace. And if you haven't ever seen a hashed algorithm, they do contain dashes in them. So we remove those and we put it to lower, you can put it to upper, but to keep things consistent, because it is going to be checking it against something that's stored, you want to remain consistent, so we can leave it like that. Now we've got our password hashed, so for testing purposes we'll just do a message box and we'll just show the hashed password. There we go. Okay, so this is step one to preparing for a login system. So we select our only available server and we choose a password called password. Not very secure. but this is the hashed algorithm that it outputs, and this is what we actually send to the database or the server, and the server sends this to the database and checks whether it equals or not, and then returns a response whether that's true or false. Does it equal or not equal? In essence, so, and that's all that it takes to hash a password. So not very. Um, and then we also want to do something else, and we want to. Yeah, this is button login click, and we gotta assign a value on this, and we don't want to assign it when we don't want to try and use it if it's equal. So we need to check it to make sure that there's a value. If there's not a value, we need to let the user know that they didn't. And in this case, it really doesn't use a whole lot of anything, but we it putting this before we hash the password just kind of saves on time. Don't even start this unless this is completed, and then we'll return. Oops. We'll return. How about that? Okay. So let's check and make sure that we did that's set now. Select the server is equal null. Okay. I thought it was equal to string.empty. That's why we do the debugging, right? And so that we can verify that. There we go. I don't know how it managed to. Okay. That's what testing is all about. And now we got that. That almost looks exactly like the same one that we had when we put in the password. Oh no, it's not. Okay. Yeah, this ends with B855 as compared to password is equal to 221A. And the thing also is it is case sensitive. If I put password with a lowercase p, you see that we get a completely different one as well. So it is case sensitive on your hashing, because the ASCII characters for uppercase and a lowercase are different. They are not the same thing. So you definitely want to make sure you keep that in mind when you're doing this. But we also need to make sure that a password was put in. Let's see. So no, we won't. I'm not going to create all the global characters. I'm not going to be doing this as if I was actually building an actual login server client system, because there's a lot of things that I would do a little bit different. This just kind of show the process of what the stages of what needs to do, not actually logging into anything directly here. So one of the things that we could do if we can make a private. Oh wait, no, we don't even have to do that. That's right, because this is the client. This is not the server. Alright, so the next stage is we're going to have this communicating to a server. And then we got to net sockets. That was not a dot. That's a dot. There we go. Alright. So now we need to... Oh, I didn't finish this up, did I? Okay. They didn't even put in a username. I'm not even going to type it in. They should know better. Dot text. I'll get it right eventually. Okay, and so on the client side, the first thing we need to do is let's open a try catch block. Alright, we're going to use the try catch block. And this is where we try to connect to the server, and we use try catch block to do that. TCP client, client equals new TCP. And the reason we use TCP and not UDP is because we want to authenticate. We want to authenticate the handshake. We don't want to use UDP. We want to make sure that everything is sent and received and acknowledged. And that's what really gives this the acknowledge. Alright. And then this is where we have this is where we're going to use what server we selected. So come down here and we're going to what I call it client dot connect, and then we do the server, selected server, and then the port number, which we'll use I don't know, we'll use 5230. Alright. And then from here, we need to sorry, my mind's going blank. Alright, now we got to send the data over. And how you send it over is how you want to send it over. There's multiple ways to do it. I'm a real fan of delimiters, so I do use delimiters, but it's all really up to you on how you want to do it. You know, you can, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But first, we gotta create a stream, not a stram. Stream equals client dot get stream, and we don't even have to use. Oh, that's why I couldn't find it. System.io. Okay. Couldn't remember which one it is. That's why I really, really like it. And then now, since we're sending it over the network, we really need to prepare the data to be sent. Um, when you're sending data over a network, you're not sending it all as one packet. You're actually sending many packets over, and it breaks it down, and then it sends it over, and then reassembles it. It's like packet one of blank, two of blank, and each packet's numbered so that the receiving side knows how to reassemble it. And that's kind of the way that it actually that's not kind of the way that is the way it works. But anyway, so to prepare for that, we got to go with ASCII encoding to encode it. ASCII encoding. I don't know why I'm struggling today. I know I'm not feeling the greatest, but that's okay. Oh, what is it? And then we'll create some bytes. Here's our data. Oops, caps lock's on. And we got bytes. It's going to be an array. Like I said, we don't send it all over in one single packet. It's going to be in multiple packets. So this is going to be our data. And we'll just put it at 100. Oh, what did it do a button for? Oh, because I did a capital B. There we go. We'll do a 100-bit array. 100 packets. Um, wait. What did I do that for? That's only if we're receiving data, not preparing it. So we'll get the ascin dot get bytes, and then like I said, this is where I can use delimiters. So we can do like what I'm gonna do is send the username dot text plus a delimiter plus the password. If I can quit hitting just like that. Okay, and then now we send it to the server. And so on the server, we just write stream, so the stm dot write, and we just send over the bytes, which was data, and that's it. So it data dot int offset is 0, int count is going to be 100, or not 100. It's going to be the data dot length. There we go. And of course it don't have a little L in it. And that's all it takes to actually write to a server. It doesn't take much, you know, and we can always, while we're, we want to get back a response from the server, right? So now that we just sent the data off here, connected. Hold on. Let me clean this up just a little bit. No, I had it right. I had it right. Okay, so we create the TCP client that initiates the handshake, sends the ACK or the packets, the TCP packets to authenticate, saying, "Hey server, I want to connect to you," and then the server say, "Okay, we'll acknowledge you want to connect," and then this will send back say, "Okay, I'm acknowledging I want to connect," and then that's what this is right here. It's a three, yeah, okay. And then this is saying, hey, we're connected, so now give me this is the data I want to send you, so give me, that connection that I can send the data through. If you wanted to do, a secure tunnel, you would encode your stream in your secure tunnel, which I've never done a secure tunnel, but I'm sure it's in the cryptography things. But I've never done the SSL or the SSH because I've never had a need. You know, um, I've always done things so that if somebody intercepted the data, that they wouldn't be able to do nothing with it because it's either encrypted or hashed. Anyway, so far I haven't had to use, a secure stream yet. But if you would do it, you would put your stream inside of that secure system, and then that doesn't encrypt it. That just makes it a secure stream, and then you'd have to encrypt the data here. You'd have to encrypt these before you placed them here if you want to do the encryption in the SSL. But we're not working on nothing to worry about. But like I said, my friend, he's building a game, so I'm kind of trying to explain everything I can to him so that he understands. All right, and we're gonna keep the same size. Um, and this is where we're gonna need to initialize this to 100, like I did earlier, and then we're gonna stand around and we're going to read it. So we do the data received is going to be equal to the stream read. And then same thing. This is the received data. And then we got to do the start at 0. And then we can do here the same as we did, which is the length of received data. Just like that. And there we go. Now we're set up to receive the data and go from there. Another thing that we could do is we can create another function, and in this function it is very simple. Remember, this is the authentication process, so we want to authenticate. Um, so we're going to return a boolean, and we're going to make sure that everything's going to be all right. Um, so we do the string string received, and by default we're going to return false. Okay. What in the hell? Or what in the world is going on? Private bool authenticate. Success string receive data There we go. I don't know what I did wrong last time. We'll return fault. Alright, so when you're sending information over, um, the server is actually going to authenticate everything, and you want to. There's two ways to do it, but right now, only sending over, you know, true or false. They matched or they didn't match. I'm not sending over like when you click log in, you get a character screen after that, and that if it's successful, that's what you would send over, or you would send a false, you know, um, that authentication failed. And in this case, we're just doing true or false. I mean, I don't have no character screen to load or anything of that nature, or no data to send. So we're going to convert, we're going to return the converted value of received data, and that's it. And then come back up here to the button login, and come down here to the bottom, and we could take this and we could turn this if, and then we do Control V, and then we put the parentheses up, and then dot to string. We move that. Okay, so if it's successfully logged in, and that's all that did that. Oops. Like I said, this is where you would do. Oh, what? Expected another one? Did I? Oh, I guess I did. No wonder it was being so goofy. Else you would clear the screen or clear the password or username or both or whatever. But in our case, we're just going to say messagebox.show login failed. I really hope that this is going to answer his questions. I really do. And if there's any issues and it crashes, we'll just put out a message that says server communication has been interrupted. Please verify server is accepting connections. And that's it. I mean, we're done here. But this is just the client. You know, you need an IP address or not an IP address, a server. So we're gonna add. Oops, nope, wrong one. There we go. Solution. Add new project, and we're gonna just do a console, just a regular .NET, and we'll just call it server. All right, and then here we're gonna be using the system.net, using the system.net semicolon sockets dot sockets. Okay, and you could many ways to do this, to hold the connections, to hold everything else. But, let's start off with some basic stuff. We'll do try catch or cath C, whatever works. Oh boy, it has definitely not been a good day for me. I'm having all kinds of problems. So now we need to create a listener. And we'll just call it, no, 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 no. I'm getting ahead of myself. First, we got to use the local IP address. So we set the IP address, IP equals IP address dot parse, and then we put in the string 127.0.0.1, and that's when we got to get our we can't do nothing without an IP address, right? Okay, now we're going to create the listener that actually listens to the to for a connection request. So we do the TCP listener, and then what we don't want, we'll do it to my list equals new, and then here we put the port in and the IP address. So we just do IP, and then we can come over here. I don't remember which port we used. So let's just look. We used 5230 is the port that we used. So we'll come back over here. 5230. That's what I said, right? Yeah, 5230. I'll just copy and paste. Can't even remember it that long. There we go. So now we're on the same port. You always got to make sure that that's your port. All right, and then now we got to create a socket. My list dot accept socket. And then from here, so this actually, this waits until a client has requested connection, and then it assigns that connection to S. So it's got a value here. All right, and now we got to receive the data first. So first, let's receive the data. So we're going to do the byte. Remember, we got the same thing we did over there. Is receiving data byte, and then we'll do B for short equals new byte, and then we did 100, right? Okay, and then this was the data we received, and that's all gonna be sent in. So we do the S dot receive, and we're gonna put the data into our byte array, and we can write down what we got. And then so we can see that. And so if we start this, Alright, we got that started. Let me build server. So we're building the server. Let's go over here to my programs folder. And then, where is it? I don't remember. Solution Explorer, server, open folder, game login authentication, debug, server, open. Oh my, why is it not opening? It should. Okay, I know why. Oh boy, let's see. My info, no. PC security, firewall, traffic controller. No, that's not it. Four four 221 5357. Sorry, I'm just looking through to see if. Well, I guess if I use 2869, 5357, or 5358 for universal plug and play server port on the TCP, so let's do that. Let's go set it up 2869. We gotta do that in both of them. 2869. Yeah. Okay, let's rebuild the project. That'll rebuild all that. And then we need to add um, 2860. Well, it's already opened, so we don't need our ports. We don't need to open up our ports. Let's internet connections for programs. We'll add our program, browse to here. Incoming and outgoing. We'll save it. Alright. That's how I have to add it. I mean, I got McAfee, so that's how I have to add the connection. Now it should start and run. Open. Run as administrator. Yes. No. What keeps blocking it? Is it Windows Defender? That should be off. Alright, let's see here. I gotta look at something real quick, so bear with me here. Oh, I'm so bad about this. Alright, where are you at? Should be in local. Okay. goodness. I'll have to look it up. I really don't know how to. Alright, let's see here. Maybe I did something wrong. Let's check it again. PC security, firewall, um, internet connections for programs. Oh, I wish I had a search feature here because there's a lot of stuff, but they don't. So let's go down and hopefully we can find the server without running over it a few times. Do 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 do. Like I said, there's a lot to it. Oh my gosh, there's so much crap to go through. All the way at the bottom. We'll edit it. Open to all devices. Turn that off. Because when we're done with this, it's not gonna run no more. When we're done with the video, so let's try it now. I'm trying to figure out. I mean, I opened the ports, but it's still. Find out what's going on. Uh, okay, no, that's just compatibility tester, anyways. I don't know what's blocking it, and I don't remember how to check. Alright, let's see if we can get this right. Okay. Program files, McAfee. I don't see my hip. I don't. Not letting me run the hip. Okay, so it's not my McAfee blocking it, it's something else. And I gotta find out what keeps blocking it. Let's check Windows Defender. It shouldn't be active. So let's verify that it's not not active. Um, oh, I missed a step somewhere. Okay. Virus and threat protection. Virus and threat protection settings. I don't see that here. So let's go down here to um, well, it's apparently linked to McAfee, but oh, it shouldn't be closing automatically. So let's because when we take, let me go here. We take this completely out, and it's not trying to connect to anything. Let's verify that it opens. No, it doesn't. Okay, there we go. Oh, there was an error. That's why it was closed and it was erroring out. Whoops. Alright, so we'll add an exception. Find out what's going on here. Restart. And oh, that would really help out, and that's why that's not working. We don't need a loop in ours because we're only gonna wait for one connection, and then we're not gonna, that's what I said, we're not gonna call another system. There's a whole nother way to do it so that we can have a while loop, and then, but we're not gonna go into all that. So it's been added to the exceptions now. Now it should run without closing out. Hopefully. There we go. Um, and here we go. So we'll select the only available server. And then password. Should give us our password. Server communication been interrupted. Please verify. Okay, so we got it running. So let's go to the server and let's open it up. Get the server running again. And then change this to this start. And let's go back to the form, the login, and we'll go right here. Okay, we'll bring this up. Gotta get these communicating real quick. Username, password, login. Okay. Let's see where it's failing. Got the stream. Oops. That's where we messed up. For one, we need to get the hash. What is it? Oh, yeah. So we need to actually go back because we're not doing it right. So I don't know why I missed this part. So let's add a private string hashed password complete equals string dot empty. And then down here we need to do the hash password complete is equal to the hash password. And we can remove this now. And then down here we change this to the hash password complete. And so let's try that again. Server still up, still running. We'll do the username, and then the password is password. Quick login. Okay, so there's our hash password, there's our text. And we only use 73 packets for this. And now we're waiting on a response from the server. And then we close the server, so of course that happens. Alright, so let's go over here and let's debug this. And we'll go to the program. We'll go here. And then let's start it. Go to debug, start new instance. And that starts an instance of that. Come here, debug, start new instance. And now we have both of them being in debug mode. And then available server, username, password is our password with a capital P, because we're just so secure like that. Alright, now we should write data, and here's our data. And now we're in here with the response. Okay, so we're going to have to add an exception here to find out what's actually going on. This is just for testing purposes, and of course you always want to continue. We can restart it. And then here we want to start a new instance of the server so we can get it up and going. Select our server. Go back through this. Oops. Password. Log in. And it should error out. Unable to read data from transport connection. An existing connection was forcibly closed by the remote host. Okay, so I made a boo-boo somewhere. Let me move that. And then this is no connection could be made. Actively refused it. Oh. Yeah, there it is. So we'll stop right here. That'll be our only stopping point. Start the server back up. Get our application. Log in. Oh, this is the... let's do this. And okay, so that's not gonna. I think I gotta use the encoding again. Yep. Okay, so we gotta go back over here to our form. And here where we got the bytes, we need to do the ASCII encoding again to convert it back into a value. And so let's see here. What was I doing? Oh yeah. So I'll copy this as a reference. Come back over here to the server. And we'll put that here. We'll get rid of this. And then we'll do aston.get bytes. So we got that's how we convert it to a byte. So, oops, wrong one. So we should be able to do aston.get string. And then we put in the data. No, we put in the, yeah, data, comma, byte count is going to be data dot length. And that definitely does not say data. Oh. Can I go from int to byte? Oh. Okay. That's what it was. Let's see. Can I convert from byte to byte? Okay, I gotta look up another reference for this because I just don't remember. Yeah. I don't remember having to do that with my. I don't remember doing that. So this is what I got from Stack Overflow, and this is going to be B. There we go. And then we just put data with a capital B here. I know my naming convention kind of sucks. See, and now we've got the data that we sent. I don't know why it ain't right in the line. It's trying to, but so we'll. Is that what it's? Nope. Well, I had it a car and it didn't like it. Okay. Um. Instead, let's do replace. And the new char is going to be string.empty. Oops. There we go. Okay, let's restart. And then restart the server. There we go. Now you see what we sent over. The username and then the hash word password with a capital P. And then from here, it's very easy. Okay, yeah, I know I canceled out of that. All right.